Hartlepool, eh?
Yeah. Second in command. One of Better Buy's biggest hypermarkets.
The coming man, eh?
More authority, more power.
More money.
Too true.
So, you'll be moving over there then, will you?
Well, yeah, but I'll be back here for weekends, you know, for Kimberley. Absence makes the heart grow fonder and all that.
Good lad. We're proud of you, you know. One of us own.
Jack.
So you want your room keeping on then?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got company digs over there, but I need somewhere to stash me stuff.
Oh, fair enough. We'll keep the rent as it is and call it cheap, eh?
But you can't do that. Charge me a full week's board when I'm getting fed and watered in Hartlepool.
Well, that's not our fault. I mean, we can't rent that off if you're coming over every flipping weekend. Now, be fair, Curly.
Be fair, stuff that. I'll find somewhere else.
Yeah, you would earlier, wouldn't you? You snake. What about that young lass of yours? Would you let her take a running jump while you swan off?
Kimberly's fine. She understands.
Yeah, I do. Cutting and running. Do you know, she's talked about no else but that holiday in Barnwood till she's blue in the face. Now look what happens.
Look, I got promoted. That holiday was an unfortunate forfeit. Why is no one genuinely pleased for me? This is real promotion. You'd burn your house down for a job on the checkouts.
Oh, save it, Curly. It's Kimberley you want your excuses for.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's any of your business. And we're late for work. And after 8:30, it's Mr. Watts to you, all right?
You know, I hate televisions, Liz. You know, that's irrational. I hate the people who own televisions. You know, I mean, they could actually do without water or gas or oxygen, but you try taking their tellies away from them for a night. Oh, God. Where's your kit?
All right, I'll stand a cut more till my jeans to dry, George.
What a sight.
Oh, I'm late. I said I'd help Deirdre with the leafleting. What are you doing today?
Why?
I want you to do me a favour. Will you nip round to your grand's with some money?
Oh, why can't Andy do it?
Hey, because she's asking you to, all right?
Give him a tenner, will you, Jim?
All right, I'll do it.
She won't be in till dinner. Tell her that's all I can let her have. Oh, and will you have a look at that cistern for her? She reckons the overflow's stuck or something.
Catalogue.
Are you listening?
What?
What I saw was bad enough. Talk about what might have been, and you'd be on the next train back to Canterbury. Jenny, talk to her.
We were just kissing.
You were not just kissing. 5 minutes more, and he'd have been having to explain himself to a lot bigger than me, his father for one.
That's giving me no credit for being a responsible adult.
And what about your responsibility to me? I live here.
Yeah, so do I. And I'm sick of you two going on at each other. I mean, did anybody get any sleep last night? Because I certainly didn't.
Talk to her, Jenny.
I mean, come on, you two. Let's just cool down, eh? I mean, let's put this into perspective. Joanne, it wasn't very wise of you to have Steve MacDonald round here for a grappling session.
Mum and Dad always encouraged her to bring her boyfriends home. That's all I did.
Knowing that your sister might burst in at any minute.
Excuse me, Jenny, I did not just burst in.
All right, not in so many words, but I mean, come on, you two. I mean, I think you said enough to make each other understand.
Not yet, I haven't. Joanne, let me make myself perfectly clear. If I catch you with Steve MacDonald again, you've had it, right? Stay away from him. Well, now do you believe me? There's just no talking to her.
Bye, love. See you again. Do you know, Abby, you really surprised me. I mean, I always had Mike down as being careful with money, but I didn't know he'd studied under Alfred. Just no, was it?
Just no.
Oh.
Made me feel like a beggar. Do you know how to get rich, Audrey? Have a bad memory.
How much did you ask him for and that, was it?
No more than I thought was due to me. Anyway, it's academic now, isn't it? All part of Alma's education. Knows where she stands with Mike Baldwin.
Well, happen he'll reconsider when you tell him where it's for. What was it, Mama?
Oh, it was just a business proposition. Funny thing is, it was his idea in the first place.
Go on.
Hi.
Gail, honestly, you pick your moments. I was just on the verge of extracting some gossip.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not. One more minute. Should have had me under that grill.
She has asked Mike to lend her some money. He's turned her down flat. I mean, after all she's done for him, is he allowed so what?
Audrey, do you mind?
Must need it bad if you're asking Mike for it.
See, now, I'm not the only one that's intrigued.
No comment, and that is my last
Oh,
word.
put the grill on, Gail. She can't fight the two of us.
No, I've no time. I just popped in to tell you that I'm not going to be working here anymore.
From when?
From now. That's the bad news, I hope. The good news is that Martin's going to be taking over. He's given his notice in at the hospital and he'll start here on Monday, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, well, of course. Solves all my problems, doesn't it?
Hey, Bet, you consider yourself beautiful, wouldn't you?
Today, yes, I'm banging you frock.
How about lucky?
Yes, again, if it fits round tips. Why?
Tina's jealous.
No, I was just talking about the other world out there. You know, where people have the brass to buy what they want. Fast cars, yachts, weekends in New York.
Is she saying money can buy happiness, Betty?
No, not exactly.
Good for you. But it can buy you a few laughs, kid, and no mistake. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm about to take Alex's credit card for a giggle or two around the precinct.
You're rubbing it in, aren't you?
That's what we pay you for, lovey.
Some of us slave, some of us spend. It's market economy, apparently.
I can think of other names for it.
Where to?
Out. Business. I'll be back at dinner time.
Oh, hang on. You could give me a lift. I've got shopping in town.
I can't. I'm late as it is. Keep 'em at it. And don't forget the drayman at 11. We can't both swan off, can we? We've got a pub to run.
Have we?
He'll have gone to buy a few laughs. We're better luck. He might fetch some back for us lot.
85. You know, it won't be the same. Waking up every morning knowing I'm never going to see you.
Oh, you make it sound like death. It's only Hartlepool. It's not the end of the world, you know. And there'll be weekends.
Bit of me will die. 95. I mean, what happens if you meet somebody else? I mean, I'd really die if that happened.
Kimberly, I love you. You should be happy for me. For us, we can turn it to our advantage. Just think about it. Picking me up from the railway station. We'll have Monday to Friday to catch up on. It'll be fantastic.
Come on, Kimberly, love, I'll make you a cup of tea. And I hope you're satisfied, Mr. Watts.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, can I speak to Steve, please?
Where's Dad put the Swafiga? Hello?
Hi.
Hiya.
Wondered how you were.
Worried about you. All that aggro last night. What did Flick say when I'd gone?
Oh, jealousy takes all forms. She just made a few wounded animal noises for nothing I couldn't handle. Can't wait to see you again.
Must be your year for living dangerously. Are you all right? Is Flick there?
No, this is my Suzanne Vega voice, all rough and sexy. Anyway, Flick's not my keeper. Just pretends she is to impress Jenny. You do want to see me again, don't you?
It's all right. I just don't want to see you getting in any trouble, that's all.
Betty, if and when his lordship comes back, tell him I've gone. He's no right making me wait.
Not when his money's burning holes in your pocket, he hasn't.
Hi.
Hi. Thought you were going to give me a miss today.
Yes, love.
Gin and tonic, please, Jack.
Right.
No, I don't bear grudges, Mike. It's a waste of energy.
I'm not talking about grudges, I'm talking about your workload. How long do you honestly think you can run that caff single-handed?
I'm not single-handed. I've got ordering.
It's the same thing you said.
And from Monday, I should have Martin.
Martin?
Well, Gail feels she should stay at home and take care of herself more. So Martin's taking her place in the cafe.
£1.8 for cash.
Ooh,
There you
thank
go.
you.
Ciao, very much.
Oh, well, things worked out all round, didn't they? Stability restored in the caff. Here, I bet you're glad you didn't go ahead with that buyout idea now, aren't you?
You know, you beat the band, you do, Mike Baldwin. I mean, it was your idea, remember? I mean, get Gail out of the picture. What good's a sleeping partner? I mean, it was only when money was mentioned that you took a swift turnabout.
It was a good job I did, isn't it? I mean, you think about it. Could have upset Gail, that, you know. Her partner wanting to give her the elbow could be devastating to someone in her condition. Now, I don't know if it was intuition or experience, but something said to me, you don't want to go ahead with this. Funny, isn't it?
No worries, boss. Delivery A1 okay. I watched them dream like an orc with a microscope.
Oh, yes, and who was watching you, Jack?
That's not funny, boss.
Bet's gone. Couldn't wait.
What is she buying? Did she say?
The minimum, I think. Coats, frocks, tops, bottoms.
There's no need to be sarcastic, Betty. Makes me wonder where you find the time. He wants serving.
That's not funny either, Jack. Remember, what I pay you, I could get a human being. Remember that and be grateful.
Happy?
Yeah.
What are you going to say to Flick? I mean, she's part of sushi with me, isn't she?
I don't care. I'll deny it. It's her word against mine, isn't it?
Betty said you wanted to see us, boss.
Yes, for want of someone with a bit more credibility, I want you both to sign this.
What is it?
Does it matter?
Where do you want me, Monica?
Hey, hang on a bit. You could be signing your own house away for all you know.
Have you been in their house?
Of course I have.
Well, then credit me with some taste, Betty. Sign, Jack.
Sure, charming.
Look, he can, but I'm not. Not until I know what I'm putting my name to.
All right. My last will and testament. I suppose you're entitled to that much.
Oh, I see.
Yes, and I need witnesses to my signature. Well, 2 to be precise. Well, are you going to sign, or do I have to rope in a couple of drunks from Rosamond Street? I'm not fussed.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You got them mixers up, Jack?
Well, they're just about to go home.
You can go home when you've set that bar.
You all right, Alec?
Of course I'm all right. Why?
Oh, well, no reason. I'll just go and finish clearing up.
Yes, you do that, Betty.
Well, what do you think about that, Betty?
Well, I mean, the last time I signed a sheet of paper, I was conned. Double glazing, they said it was. Prices they were charging, I could have built a new semi. It took my solicitor to shake 'em off.
Aye, but a will? Not allowed to see it? What does that tell you, Betty?
What are you on about?
Well, he's looking after us, isn't he? Good old Ellie. It might be just enough to buy a couple of pints in the event of, but it's the thought that counts, isn't it?
Don't be so thick, Jack. Look, when you witness a will, it means you're definitely not a beneficiary. Them are the rules, didn't you know?
Well, that's not right, Betty.
Listen, hey, what's bothering me is, why is he all of a sudden writing a new will? Or changing it? I mean, it's the same difference.
Well, I couldn't give a monkey's. If he's not prepared to acknowledge loyalty and service with a few measly quid, he could just it sooner than later for me to... The miserable old crow. Nothing else.
Oh, hi, come in.
Where's Steve?
What's he done?
Nothing, I hope. Is he in?
No, he's not. What's all this about?
Last night, I came home and caught them on our settee. Now, I wasn't going to say...
what?
Nothing, as it happened. Well, I interrupted them.
So where's the panic? They've broken no laws.
They might have done if I hadn't arrived when I did. Joanne is 15. I asked her to stay inside, and now she's gone missing. I want to know where Steve is.
I don't like your tone.
Yeah, and I don't like the responsibility of keeping your son at arm's length.
Oh, Joanne's already turfed our Andy aside. Steve's hardly making all the running, is he? If you don't want the responsibility, pack her off back to Canterbury where your parents can keep an eye on her, because by the looks of it, she's too much of an handful for you.
She's my sister, and I resent that remark.
And I resent you making out my Steve's up and down like some maniac.
Hiya, don't mind me.
Look, if you want to throw them together, there's no surer way than blowing your top. Just cool it a bit. Give it a chance to die down. Believe me, if there's one thing I'm an expert in, it's handling kids that age.
Joanne is very impressionable. The last thing I need is to have to tell my parents how she's gone and got herself into trouble. Please, Liz, just do me a favour and talk to him.
Felicity, I sent Steve round to me mum's on an errand. As far as I know, he went on his own.
You looking for Joanne?
Yes, have you seen her?
Yeah, I went down the park with our Steve a bit ago. Make a good couple, I reckon.
Where's Jack?
Oh, he's just popped out. Here, get that down.
Oh, thanks, Vera.
I'm sorry.
Eh?
Well, having a go at you at work, you know, we're out of order.
Oh, that's all right. Apology accepted.
No, you're right, it's none of our business what happens to you and Kimberly. It's just how I feel for you, you know. I mean, I don't want you going barging in doing something you live to regret.
I've never met anybody who's lived to regret promotion.
Well, you know what I mean. Leaving Kimberly on her own, twiddling her thumbs. I mean, it can be dangerous, that, you know. It can happen. You know, out of sight, out of mind.
It's not forever. I keep telling her there's weekends.
Well, I said that.
I do love her, you know, Vera.
I know you do, love, I know.
But if I'm really, really honest, I'm glad I'm not going to Barmouth with her parents.
I can understand that. They even turned their nose up at sterilised milk.
Well, no reflection on Kimberly, though.
Oh, no, of course not. Look, I said to her, look, don't worry, kid, I'll look after you. Weekdays will fly by. A few good nights out, take your mind off him.
Nights out?
Well, yeah, you know, a few birthdays, we'd have a great time. I mean, I know they say it might be a pick-up place, but...
What place?
Well, Beavers, you know, back at Woolies. Live bands on a Friday. Do you know, I've never come out of there without having had a good laugh. Never paid for my own drinks either, only don't let on to jar. Don't should be sound. You'll leave it to Vera.
Sorry I'm late, I missed the bus. Waited ages for another one, so decided to walk back.
Did you?
Yeah, Gran went in when I got there, so I sat on the doorstep for the best part of an hour. I didn't mind that, it's just a woman 2 doors down kept waiting on about a garden wanting sorting out. So...
You liar.
You haven't been.
Yeah, I have. Straight away, you can ring her if you don't believe
We
it.
already have. If you breathe one more word of a lie, I'll make you regret it, son.
I rang her at 4. You still hadn't turned up.
I mean, and you were seen with your wee girlfriend from down the road in the park. Now, what does that make you, Steve? You've lied to your mother. You've let your grandmother down. And not content with that, you start trying to bull your way out of it as if it's second nature to you. Well, not in this house.
Jim.
Go on, get upstairs before I lose me bap. Oi! Where's the tenner for your grandmother?
I was going to pop round there with it tonight.
She needed it this afternoon.
Oh, go on, get out of my sight.
You were told to stay in and behave yourself.
Talk to a couple of blokes and you treat me like a prisoner.
And what you were doing with Steve last night is your idea of socialising, is it? And what about this afternoon? Did you pick up where you left off?
Go and shine your halo. It's such a hypocrite, Flick. You were 10 times worse at my age. Big difference being I don't need to do all the chasing.
Right.
That's it. Hey, enough! I'm going to make things worse. Disappear, you.
I wish I'd never set foot in this
Yeah, you and me both, darling.
I warned you, didn't I? Just cool down. This has got way out of proportion now.
It's the 3rd time today I've been told to calm down. She's behaving like a child. How do you expect me to react?
Like a sister, not a mother. Ignore her, Flick. She'll be out your hair in a few days.
Out? Again? Look, I've told you, I've got artists to upgrade. And if Sammy and Delilah can't get their voices sorted out by Friday, it'll be more than his hair that gets chopped.
Why is it I'm always the one left holding the baby these days?
You're earning your keep, love. After that shopping spree you had this afternoon, I'm surprised you're not on unpaid overtime till doomsday. It's not a bottomless pit, you know. I'll be back for cashing up.
I'll bet you will.
You know, why is it fellas expect women to look the part without wanting to fork out for it?
The same way they expect you to pay a phone bill without it showing up on a bank statement.
We still managed to swing it.
Ladies in the drawing room, Tiger in bed. Now, if you can manage to pin them down while you're playing Tiger, you stand a better chance of extended credit.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Look, there's something I think you ought to know about Jack and Vera.
Sorry?
Well, neither of them had a normal upbringing. They think anything beyond Stretford's avant-garde.
I know, but Vera's my friend, isn't she? I mean, she's always there when I need her.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't think it's a good idea, her putting ideas in your head while I'm away. So at the supermarket, we'll try to avoid her and don't go round to the house as much.
Well, what will I do at night, though?
Well, I don't know. What did you do before you met me?
Well, not much. I mean, I used to stay in and watch telly, didn't I? See, well, I was nothing before I met you, Curly. And Mr. and Mrs. Duckworth, well, they're 2 of the nicest people that I've ever met.
Have you seen enough of this place?
Well, I just wanted a word, love. Get us tonic water, would you, love?
Right, on the house. Am I bothering you?
I'll lick you if you must know. You tried a Barney?
Betty, love. We have Barneys for breakfast, that's how we live.
Has he mentioned this afternoon?
No.
Well, he had us in there signing papers. His last will and testament.
He's already made a will.
Well, that's what I thought, but perhaps I knew him.
Why, what were in it?
Oh, we couldn't see it. I mean, Alec masked it so we couldn't tell. No, we were only witnessing his signature. I mean, we're adamant about that.
Now, Betty, that's what I call half a tale.
Yeah, well, I was just wondering, is he all right? I mean, how well is he?
Nay, Betty. Do you think I want to notice?
Well, I didn't come to worry you, love, but, well, sometimes you can't really tell.
You told him, didn't you? You followed me and Joanne.
God, you're so thick. They didn't need telling. Anyone else could have pulled that one off, no problem, but you.
What, and save you the pleasure of grassing now? This way it's more fun, Andy. See, this way I know I'm getting to you. But all's fair in love and war, kiddo.
Yeah, fair if you win, you mean.
So?
So, you weren't interested in Joanne at all. The only reason you wanted her was because I got there first, and you can't stand that, can you?
All right then, if you say so.
Yeah, I do say so. Because as far back as I can remember, you've pulled that one. In the army, Germany, Cyprus, here. Never changed, do you?
Give you a big kick, does it, Grassy?
Little Steve, Big Steve, is no difference. I want. Never grow up, will you?
Looking up to Dad?
Yeah, well, you should know. You spend that much time looking up to him, you're starting to spend the same lines. I am, I'm gonna be.
Quit whinging, Mummy's boy.
You're too thick to realise what other people think about you. All they see is a bit of a kid that stamps his feet till he gets what he wants. You want to know how much of a clown you really are?
Yeah? It's better than being a jerk who has to get A's in every subject. You know, you ought to do something about that, Andy, because it makes you look boring and unattractive to women. Well, that's what he said. That's what Joanne said anyway. You know what else she said? She said you were a creep. What are you going to do about that?
What the hell's going on?